simply cooperate with health officials, but also authorize other deterrents, for example, a criminal fine or even up to 1 year in jail for violating a quarantine order. Now, the United States has different rights, of course, than many other places. Consider China, a country that has basically a more authoritarian style control of government, far fewer civil liberties, no resort to the courts for a lot of citizens, but they utilize that kind of set of powers to contain the virus. The Wall Street Journal reporting, for example, the sealing off of an entire area, Wuhan province, which dispatched armies of low-level enforcers to guard the gates of compounds and tapped data from state-run mobile carriers to track down people who slipped those lockdowns and had volunteers go door to door in apartment buildings to record people's body temperatures. That's obviously very invasive and farther than what most Americans consider the role of government. So we don't believe, and we're not reporting tonight, that the United States is looking at things like that, and yet
Michael Ryan, he's a leader at the World Health Organization, announced that in response to the spread of this virus, authorities may have to enter people's homes and remove family members, presumably by force.
In most parts of the world, due to lockdown, most of the transmission that's actually happening in many countries now is happening in the household, at family level. In some senses, transmission has been taken off the streets and pushed back into family units. Now we need to go and look in families to find those people who may be sick and remove them and isolate them in a safe and dignified manner.
Just so you know, we're coming to your house, seizing your children and, quote, isolating them in a safe and dignified manner, whatever that means.
Why, we're also very different than China. You know, China, in addition to the movement restrictions, they're literally tracking everyone's cell phones, WeChat and other things, so they can determine if anyone's moving out of the restricted areas or into the restricted areas, and they can go and get them with their military. And, you know, we don't want to go down that path. And we're a country of liberty and freedom, but we're also a country in which we view ourselves as having a communitarian responsibility to one another. And we shouldn't need the law to do this. We shouldn't need apps to be tracked or anything like that. But if it comes to that, fortunately, the government does have powers to do things like impose movement restrictions.
Just so you know, we're coming to your house, seizing your children and, quote, isolating them in a safe and dignified manner.